Bruce here, folks, and welcome to your weekly dose of everything VR. This week, we're diving into the latest and greatest in virtual reality gaming, with exciting new releases and updates for Meta Quest 3, PSVR 2 and PCVR, and trust me, there's something for everyone. Let's get started with the new releases.
I hope she doesn't find us here.
Out of Sight VR. She won't see the monsters, but you will. And buddy, that's your problem now. Releasing next week on May 22nd, Out of Sight VR is about to creep onto Meta Quest 3, PSVR 2 and PCVR with a concept that's so original, it'll make you question your own perspective, literally. You're not exactly Sophie, but you're her stuffed bear. Yep. This twisted tale lets you play in second-person VR, which means you're not looking through your eyes. You're guiding her by using Teddy's point of view. No pressure, right? Sophie's blind and trapped in a collapsing mansion, haunted by things that love to whisper and worse. You'll need to scout ahead, analyze the environment, solve surreal perspective-based puzzles, and lead her to safety while staying dead quiet. The game's layered stealth mechanics will have you sweating like Teddy's been microwaved, especially when the floorboards creak or the shadows start moving wrong. And those chase sequences, it's like guiding someone through a nightmare while you're the one wide awake. With an emotional story steeped in loss and resilience, and VR mechanics that demand real strategy, this ain't your average boo game. Out of Sight VR will flip the horror genre on its plush, stitched-up head. Quantum Threshold. Strap in, lock wheels, and prepare to raise some cyberpunk hell. Quantum Threshold is rolling in hot on May 22nd for Meta Quest 3, Quest 3S and PCVR. And it's bringing seated VR chaos like you've never seen before. You're not the chosen one. You're not some ex-cop in a trench coat. You're a war-ready, wheelchair-bound rebel in a future where AI overlords known as techno-wraiths have hijacked the world. But guess what? You've got wheels, weapons, and a grudge. Every match is a rogue-like rampage through randomly shifting arenas. One run, you're a turret-dropping tank. The next, a grenade-lobbing hacker with a robot arm that can literally slap sentience out of machines. Between battles, you'll return to your hub to upgrade, tinker, and turn your mobile war rig into a cybernetic beast. The game's designed entirely for seated VR, which means you're getting full throttle action with zero need to stand, and zero tolerance for boredom. Combat is slick, movement is buttery smooth, and the enemy AI, absolutely vicious. Quantum Threshold will drop you into a techno-dystopia and dare you to roll out like a legend. Pre-order now, or be square.
Out of there! Yeah!
Zombie Army VR. Just when you thought Zombie Hitler was the final boss of undead absurdity, Zombie Army VR rises from the grave to prove you oh so wrong. Dropping onto Meta Quest, PSVR 2 and PCVR on May 22nd, this horror-fueled shooter will toss you into Europe's rotting battlefield, where the Dead Hunters, a group of stylish, apocalypse-seasoned warriors, are humanity's last line of nope. Built for VR from the ground up, it's a gritty, immersive horror fest where you'll aim down iron sights with trembling hands, dual-wield like a grindhouse action hero, and perfect the ancient art of frantic VR reloading while zombies scream in your ears. The iconic X-ray kill cam returns in all its gory, slow-mo glory, so every bullet to the brainstem becomes a cinematic event. You'll encounter everything from armored titans to undead sharpshooters, all while collecting upgrade kits to pimp your Whipped 2 arsenal like a war-torn John Wick. Want to roll solo? Go ahead. Prefer to co-op with a buddy and argue over who wasted the medkit? That's in too. Neolithic Dawn. The Stone Age is about to club its way back into VR with Neolithic Dawn, dropping its massive update 0.50 next week on Quest and PCVR. And it's bringing enough mammoth-sized danger to make your prehistoric ancestors sweat in their loincloths. Set in a meticulously recreated 10,000 BC North America, it's downright brutal. It's permadeath and physics-based. You'll hunt, craft, tame, freeze, starve, and probably scream a lot as you try to build a life from twigs and toothpicks while saber-toothed nightmares stalk the underbrush. The new update drops players into bear-infested regions with expanded biomes, new environmental hazards, and tougher survival mechanics. This world won't hold your hand, it might bite it off. You'll be chucking spears using real-world physics, dragging prey home, crafting your own gear like a paleo DIY master, and working with, or against, others in full online co-op. Cross-platform play means Quest users and PCVR purists can finally throw rocks at each other in harmony. From its bone-crunching realism to its streamer-friendly tools, yes, it has built-in VR camera magic. Neolithic Dawn is shaping up to be the survival epic you didn't know you needed. Now go pet a bear, or don't. Into the Radius 2. Things are about to get way more intense inside the Pachorsk anomaly. Into the Radius 2 is creeping into early access next week on the 21st of May on PCVR, and it's loading your Geiger counter with dread, realism, and a truckload of grime-covered tension. Whether you're braving it solo, or dragging along one or two equally terrified friends, with support for up to 4 in full release, this haunting survival sim will drop you into a post-apocalyptic stew of radiation, mind-bending anomalies, and monsters that whisper existential dread. It's more like a tactical survival wrapped in a surreal nightmare. Every weapon feels like it was plucked from a gun enthusiast's fever dream, complete with detailed maintenance system. Forget to clean your AK. Say hello to a jammed barrel and goodbye to your limbs. Loadout customization is absurdly deep, letting you slap pouches, holsters, and armor vests anywhere you want. Yes, even at weird angles if that's your survival kink. The zone itself is one giant trap. Anomalies will fry your organs, twist the world, and force you into some heavy-duty tactical improvisation. But the rewards are worth it. Powerful artifacts that unlock perks, upgrades, and the kind of loot that makes survival sweeter. All right, now let's head to some VR news. Cave Horror Hits Quest. During a hands-on demo of tunnels at PAX East, I clambered through tight spaces, climbed rocky drops, and battled nerves in a VR horror experience designed for pure claustrophobic terror. Developed by Nomad Monkey, the game thrusts you into dim cave networks where crawling, done by physically pulling yourself forward, is both immersive and nerve-wracking. It's more about tension than just scares. Limited flashlight battery forces you to ration light, with glowing crystals offering brief reprieves. A grotesque, finger-faced monster lurks just beyond the beam, seen only in quick flashes. The horror builds slowly, in xenomorph fashion. Environmental audio and darkness heighten the dread as creepy, scurrying sounds draw closer. Dialogue hints you're a spelunker sent to destroy the tunnels, possibly teasing a frantic escape finale. With underwater movement teased and the flashlight gameplay cleverly tied to fear and survival, Tunnels looks poised to be one of VR's most intense horror experiences yet. Switch Gem goes VR. Ever dream Valley VR has just arrived on MetaQuest 3, 3S and Quest 2, turning your summer break into a hands-on farmyard fantasy for just $19.99. This fully reimagined version of the original cozy sim swaps, button pressing for arm swinging as you plant crops, chase bugs, fix barns and cook meals, all using your own two virtual hands. No stress, no timers, just sweet, slow-paced immersion designed for feel-good farming. Moon Eaters rebuilt everything from the original third-person Switch release to make it work in first-person VR, giving every task an extra layer of intimacy and delight. You'll wrangle everything from snuggly sheep to mischievous mice, all of whom respond to feeding, petting, and yes, awkward alpaca spooking. At night, dreams get wonderfully weird as talking animals and surreal adventures hint at what's ahead. The game's vibe? Straight chill. No rush, no stress, says co-designer Marek Maruszczak. Cozy gamers rejoice. Your VR escape pod is... Meta addresses Quest issues. Meta's CTO, Andrew Bosworth, has officially responded to recent developer frustrations over Horizon OS performance issue and a baffling battery saver tweak that throttled apps to just 45 FPS. During an Instagram AMA, Bosworth called the feedback great and admitted plainly that the blame lies with Meta. He confirmed that a fix is already being rolled out for the battery saver cap and promised deeper improvements in quality control going forward. Bosworth pushed back against the idea that Meta's update schedule is too fast, instead pointing to the need for stronger internal processes to catch bugs before public rollout. He acknowledged that these bugs directly impact developers' livelihoods and consumer experiences, and said Meta is spending time to resolve the regressions. In his words, "These are our mistakes and we're going to fix them." He also admitted the documentation could be better and emphasized the importance of staggered updates for catching issues early. Developers and users alike now wait to see if the fixes deliver. Meta pays avatar volunteers. Meta's Project Warhol is offering $50 per hour for participants to help train the company's hyper-realistic codec avatars. And yes, your face might be the future of VR. In partnership with AI data firm Appen, Meta is recording people at its massive Pittsburgh facility as they mimic expressions, speak scripted lines, gesture wildly, follow eye targets, and basically become performance capture artists for science. Why? Because Meta wants to replace your janky cartoon avatar with one that looks exactly like you. These codec avatars aim to create the holy grail of VR, genuine social presence, where it feels like your friend is really in the room, even if they're physically continents away. So far, it's only been possible with expensive camera-stuffed capture rigs, but now the dream is to generate avatars using just a phone scan or a headset. Progress has been wild. In 2022, it took 65 facial poses and hours of processing. Now, 4 selfies and a few minutes. Still, the tech only runs at 8 frames per second on an RTX 3090, so we're not there yet. Meta may show a glimpse at Connect 2025 this September, but full VR-ready codec avatars likely won't launch until the next headset hits, probably in 2026. Samsung teases VR future. Samsung is showing off the future of VR screens, and it's bright. At SID Display Week in San Jose, Samsung Display unveiled 2 new OLED micro-displays with eye-melting specs, including resolutions up to 5,200 by 4,000, up to 20,000 nits brightness, and full 99% DCI P3 color coverage. That's way beyond the Apple Vision Pro, which suddenly looks dimmer by comparison. These next-gen displays are built with RGB OLEDOS tech, meaning actual red, green and blue OLED subpixels, no color filters needed. That's a massive upgrade from the usual white OLEDOS method, and was made possible thanks to Imagine, the display company Samsung scooped up in 2023. Even with pancake lenses, which dim things down, these panels would still beam out 3 to 4 times more light than most current headsets. Translation? Future VR might actually look like sci-fi. The catch? These displays are still in R&D, and making them isn't cheap. So don't expect them in your headset this year, but when they land, you'll see VR in a whole new light. And that's a wrap on this week's VR Gaming Roundup. With a lot of new titles and updates across MetaQuest 3, PSVR 2 and PCVR, there's never been a better time to immerse yourself in virtual reality. Stay tuned for more updates, and until next time, keep exploring and enjoying the incredible worlds that VR has to offer.
Something draws the dead to it. Something evil.